Hi guys, today we will be talking about how to overcome the fear talking to the camera. I know many of you have it, I had it as well, and it took me approximately 6 months to overcome that fear. Believe me, I know what you're going through. So today I'll share with you some stuff which I did in order to overcome my fear, and I'll show you my very first video and how I was talking to the camera. No, actually the very first video I deleted because when I saw the result and was like, oh my god, I look horrible there, and I was like, delete. But now, when I look at my videos, I realize that everything changed. Production has changed, then the way I talk to the camera, the way I speak, the pronunciation, everything. So of course, the camera also plays the huge difference. So today, first, I will tell you what I did in order to be friends with camera. My first advice, start recording. Just press that freaking button and just look at your video after that and try to analyze yourself. Look at your emotions. Maybe you don't like some emotions. Maybe you don't like the way you look at the camera. Maybe you don't like the way you sit. Maybe you don't like the light. Everything, all of that play a huge role, especially the light. But we will talk about that later. Even many famous people who are in front of the cameras and they are TV presenters, they say, record yourself and then analyze. The second advice which I will give you, go to the mirror and talk to the mirror and try to mimic some emotions which you like in TV presenters. Look at TV presenters, they are very well trained people and they are not just sitting there because they just got there out of the moon, but they were learning all these techniques for many years. What also I noticed, that many TV presenters don't use these muscles, but in my case I was like I was like so emotional. But when you look at TV presenters, you understand that they talk completely different. If we talk about actors, completely different story because they use all the emotions which they have on their face. Maybe sometimes you have to do the full makeup and put nice outfit and press that button, record. And then, you will feel yourself as if you are a TV presenter or you are the person who you want to be portrayed by other people. So it will be much easier for you to express yourself. Maybe you don't like your voice. Believe me, we were all there. I'm not an exception. I was recording videos and after that I was like, oh my god, I cannot listen to myself, my voice sounds horrible. But now I really like the way my voice sounds. It's first of all. But second, when you record lots of videos in front of the cameras, of course your voice will change and you will understand how you have to talk, and maybe you have to speak a little bit louder, or maybe you will have to lower the voice. But I came from Ukraine and in my culture we talk like this. Intonation is exactly like this. But in English language it goes up and down, up and down. And you see, even when I'm talking right now, my intonation goes up and down, up and down. And that's why I hate watching Russian and Ukrainian movies, just because the intonation is just like this. I'm like, I cannot hear that. As my acting teacher used to tell me, he was like, look for your voice. You will find your voice. There was a situation when I was attending acting classes, and my teacher, he saw that I'm always positive, I'm always laughing, smiling, and he gave me the role to play. He was like, oh, you're gonna play nuts, cuckoo, crazy person. I'm like, what? I cannot do that. I was like, no, give me something else. I was like, I want to be some positive character. And he was like, no, you're playing nuts. So, it was taking me time to understand how to convey the message to people But after some time, I've learned that, and of course, it takes time, it takes practice. It is the same, field as engineer, lawyer, I don't know, doctor. They study all of that. This is the same. It took me a few years to learn all these facial expressions, and I was the same. I was training, I was going to the mirror, I was like, what? And like all those pictures, and I'm like, what am I doing? But now, easy breezy. In one acting school, we have the bags, and it's written there, follow your fear. If you're afraid to talk in public, if you're afraid to talk to the camera, just do it, and you will learn it step by step. When I was at those acting classes, I was always in the front row, and they were like, who wants to do that? I'm like, me. And then the teacher again was like, who wants to do that? I'm like, me. And I knew that, I will do lots of mistakes, but my teacher will correct me. Okay, technical side. It's a completely different story. So for now, I don't have any fear talking to the camera. And you know why? Just because I understand everything inside out. So I understand how this camera, which is recording me right now, works. It is DSLR camera. And I understand how to place the light and what type of impression I want to give it to you, because I was studying that. But of course, if you didn't study that, you just can take the softbox and just put it in front of you, and your skin will be glowing, your smile will look amazing. So it all plays huge role. Let's talk about cameras. First of all, what I have to tell you that our phones have distorted lenses. Here and here, distorted. So you just have to understand that sometimes your face will look not shaped well, but it will be a little bit wider. I'm sorry to say that, but yes, it is. Or sometimes you will see that you will have huge hips, or sometimes your hand will be very big. Why? Because this phone has distortion. So you know that many iPhones right now, they have a wide angle lens, and if you look closely to that lens and to the video which it produces a photo, you will see that there will be some distortion. So the person's body will be looking somehow different. Maybe you talk to the people and they say to you, oh, in real life you look more beautiful. Do you know why? Because in real life we have normal good proportions, but this camera gives us very bad impression and false impression. Skin foundation. Guys, you don't need that. Girls, you need that. So just put skin foundation and then try to shoot yourself remotely. Don't put the camera next to your face, because you will get distortion, and plus the camera is very bad here, so it will show as if you have very bad skin or something like that. But if you shoot something like this, so your skin will be glowing. Also, this camera through which you look at me right now, it cost $3,500. Yes, I'll tell you the secret. It has built-in effect for smoothing the skin, but I still don't know how it works, because my skin is perfect. I did lots of procedures. I did Fraxel, I did lots of other crazy stuff. I'm not gonna tell you, but yes, my skin looks good. Even I am 32, but if you have problem with your skin, use some foundation and then use built-in effect. Even my camera, Canon G7X, I don't know where it is right now. I can find it if you're really interested in, but you can Google it. So Canon G7X also has the same effect, so it makes your skin looks good. So yes, that's why all the bloggers, they feel so comfortable in front of the camera, because we know the tricks. Lights. Okay, if we talk about lights, they play a huge role. Even if you take the most expensive camera and you don't have the light, oops, you will have very bad footage. So they always advise use light. Even, you know, I have from this side, I have very cheap light which costs $60, but this one cost a little bit more. This one cost me approximately $250–300, but still it's a good light. And even this one for $60 work really well. I can give you a link in description where to buy this light, and you will find it, and you will be producing really good quality videos. Even, you know, if you take the phone and you place that light, you will produce really good video. Believe me, I've done it. You know, I just shot a video in New York and I was using two lights, one like this and I have another one like this, and I placed them on the sides. The light from outside would blank out the whole footage and you would not be able to see it. But just because I played with the light, I place it in two positions, so the light was coming to me like this and my skin was completely full of light from different sides, so the footage came out awesome. Post-production, you know, when I was shooting video and I was doing lots of mistakes, I realized if you have very good skills in post-production, you can hide absolutely everything. I'm telling you, literally everything. Even, you know, some cups which were left by mistake in the video, you still can mask it. You know, there is a button in Final Cut, so you can just drag and drop to your timeline and you just can mask absolutely everything out. But of course it's a more complicated process, but in my case I was like making so much mistakes and I was so nervous. It was like cut. I discovered this term B-roll. So, you know, you just place a footage on top of your timeline, so the place where you have those cuts and it's like sticking together. I had B-roll, and I'm telling you, everyone is doing that. So when I'm producing a video, some commercial video, and I'm shooting an interview and people, they were like, oh my god, I made a mistake. I was like, that's fine. I was like, just keep on talking, and if you want to correct something, just stop and just repeat one sentence. Don't repeat the whole list which you prepared. Many people don't know about that and they just like, oh my god, what to do? Just learn post-production.